Hi everyone, this is Dr. Mike, host of the free iTunes podcast, Psychiatric Secrets Revealed with Dr. Mike, but that's not why I'm here today. This is another Saving Savvy episode. This time we're going to do a review on the Hamilton Beach Scoop Coffee Maker, which is a single-serve coffee maker. Now, the whole single-serve genre has been around for a while, but it really became popular with the Keurig coffee makers, and I'll tell you, in our household, we have gone through two of them. We had a K40, which was about $110, and when that one stopped working, we then got a B65, which was about $160, $150, and the combined cost of $260 and less than 3 years of total service made me look for something else. Now, the K-Cups were great, and they are great because they're so convenient, they're so easy, and they're so fast. Usually making a cup of coffee in under a minute or a little bit over a minute. But you do have a lot of waste. You're kind of filling landfills with all those billions of K-Cups that are out there, and they're very expensive. So a typical K-Cup, if you buy it at a good price, is about 60 cents a cup of coffee. If you buy one at, let's say, a convenience store or something, just picking up a small little pack, it could be $1 a cup of coffee. And now Keurig has introduced a new line of coffee makers called the View Coffee Maker, where the pods are even more expensive. So the combination of just the ecology of it all, the cost per little pod or cup, and then the fact that these machines, although expensive, really didn't last very long, pushed me to look towards something else. So actually someone out there on the internet did an analysis of cost, and they said that, again, they were looking at Folgers coffee pods, and where they live, the coffee pods were about 83 cents a pod. So to make a cup of coffee for Folgers, it was 83 cents where they lived. They were able to buy a tub of coffee that claimed 270 cups of coffee for about $10. They kind of reduced the amount down to 200 cups just to be a little more conservative, and that was still only 5 cents a cup. This was by BH Man, and this was found on the IGN website, which is a gaming website. So 5 cents a cup versus 83 cents a cup. Your mileage may vary, but still that's a very significant finding. So let's actually go into the kitchen and see how this scoop works.
Okay, here's our setup. You can see we have the scoop, a mug with 14 ounces of just room temperature tap water, some coffee, and then I have my phone that we're going to use as a stopwatch. And if you look at the scoop, you can see that it's kind of nice. Black and stainless steel. Construction is good for the price. This, I'm doing this, of course, handheld, but just to show you, this can easily invert if you have cups, or you can just put it in the down position for the mugs, like that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our top open, and we're going to pour in 14 ounces of water. So that's quite a bit of coffee, a nice mug size. And again, this was a mug I found. We're not trying to advertise anything or anything. And then, so the water's in there, the cup's down there. This lifts up, and it's very sturdy feeling. And you have two of these scoops, one here, and then a second one on the side that you can use. And then there's a secondary filter to catch anything that easily comes out. And then even this bottom kind of comes out, so everything cleans very nice and easy. So we're going to move over here. I usually like to just scoop use a spoon, but we're going to scoop it in today because I'm one-handed. And you can't really, you don't want to like super fill it because it will bubble all over the place. So like roughly about there, I don't know if you can see that or not. Put that in. Close this. Close this, and you have two choices here. One is a little bit longer, stronger brew for premium coffee. The other one is regular. We're going to use the regular today. I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to try to get my phone started, just to give you an idea. So, just to give you an idea, maybe it's a second or two off, but that's that. So now we're ready to brew. It's going, and in 30 seconds or so, it's going to start to actually make coffee. Okay, we're at about 2.5 minutes, really. 2 minutes, 27 seconds, but we'll say 2.5 minutes. And the coffee cup is done. We've made a cup of coffee in about 2.5 minutes. Great. And just to show you, this is what it looks like afterwards, and this will just get lifted out I'll dump this in the garbage can, or you just leave it until tomorrow, and then rinse it out in the sink, and we're all set for the next cup of coffee. And again, it comes with a secondary little cup if I wanted to make one after the other, but I could also just fill the little container with a spoon too.
Okay, that was our big test. So what do I think about the scoop? I wrote it down here. Well, first of all, the overall purchase price is less expensive, about $63 at Target.com. It's much less mechanical. It's much more of a traditional kind of coffee maker, so there's less parts to break. It has an incredibly less cost to brew. So according to BH Man, it was about 5 cents a cup versus maybe 60 cents a cup if you get a good price on a Keurig cup, K-cup. It brews bigger cups. I did this particular cup here, which I'm drinking right now, and tastes really good. Tastes just like Keurig coffee. So it brews more, and you have more coffee choices because you're not limited by the pods themselves. You can buy whatever coffee you want. And it's actually smaller in footprint because it doesn't have all that water tank and that sort of stuff. It heats each cup as you go, so there's not like an internal tank or anything in there that holds the water. What's the downside compared to the Keurig? Well, it is slightly more work to do it. Not much, but a little bit more. It has a slightly greater clean time. The K-cups you just dump out. This you have to kind of dump out the grounds and then maybe rinse out, which is really not very hard. And it takes a little bit longer to brew. Actually, I saw on some sites that even though they say brew under a minute for Keurig, it's more like 90 seconds if you're brewing a bigger pot of coffee or bigger cup of coffee. And for 14 ounces, again, which is bigger than what you could do in a Keurig, this was about 2 minutes and a half. So certainly nothing outrageous, but a little bit longer if time is important to you. Would I recommend it? Absolutely, on all the reasons that I said. Would I buy another Keurig? I think I'd have to make sure that they had improved their reliability for me to invest in one again. Take care, and if you have some time, please give my podcast a listen. You can find it on iTunes. It's called Psychiatric Secrets Revealed with Dr. Mike. It's completely free, and it's just another one of my little projects. Have a great day.